So we're here with Christopher Mattiske, winner of Oceanics 2013. So yeah, basically champion of Australia and New Zealand right now. So I guess we'll get straight into the deck. What did you play for the weekend?
Well, Dragon Rulers, because it's just the best deck. As well as Prophecy.
You think it's better than Prophecy, or?
Well, I think it's more consistent. That work gets thrown around a lot, but it doesn't lose nearly as hard to certain cards. Like, you don't just get blown out by EV, and it's got... It can't get bad hands, ever. Prophecy can get bad hands. They don't draw Spellcaster and no secrets, but this can never get a bad hand, ever.
It's ridiculous.
Never,
100%
never,
agree.
ever. It's bad hands, they play through everything.
Alright, so yeah, we'll get straight to the deck
list. So obviously, this is standard things. 3 of each dragon. Where's the Redoxes? Oh yeah, you put them in the wrong place. Yeah, obviously, and 2 of the direct babies. I don't need to go through this at all.
No explanation necessary.
No
explanation. Across the board.
Okay, if you ever need to side out, you can side out one of these. Just one of the
because he's useless.
Yeah, he's pretty shit. And unless you play 3 dragon, you're bad. This is the tuner I chose. You always got to play one level 1 dragon tuner that's searchable, and you never take this out ever. Never slide this out. Yeah. It's either this or Corsica. This is better. I like this because of 2000 is not bad, but if you have like extra blaster fodder because it's the answer to everything, just in case, like you might need that.
Yeah.
But I mean, Corsica makes sense as well because you can banish to summon a
you
blaster.
You can save your fire effect that way, but
exactly. But yeah, I mean, it's preference. It doesn't matter. You can play the other one if you want.
Yeah.
This is one of the 2 cards that I love about my deck that not everyone would agree with. This fucking won me so many games. Like, people just do... Okay, people don't expect it, obviously. They're like, oh, no one plays that card anymore. And the best part about it is, like, you win... You've started at turn 1, game 1, and they're like... they lose. They're like, oh, I'm going to lose. And then they also think you're bad after that. They're like, oh, you're some noob playing lad build and shit. And so they just don't even realise you just got one. Like, just one lad.
Yeah.
They think your deck's shit, but it's pretty good. And this... Like finals, this is one nearly game.
Against you're open at 10-1 against like Spellbook, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and like because obviously it's my priestess. Like the good Spellbook players don't play priestess, so you know it's not.
There's no sort of easy outs. Yeah.
No,
they have to burn everything.
It does pretty much win you the game whenever you summon it. And I never regretted drawing it actually. People are like, oh, it's only good first turn, but no, it's not. Like it's good other turns as well. Especially because I mean, Scarecrow. It's like the one thing that stops Scarecrow.
Exactly right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. This was my last minute re-edition. I took this out, I put it back in, I took it out, and then last minute I was like, maybe there'll still be Evil Swarm around, I might need this. My other idea was that there might be Obelisks as well, because I don't have like any outs to Obelisk at all. So this is one of those, but I mean, it was...
I was the same, I just sort of thought, fuck Obelisk, if people play it, you lose to it, whatever. But...
that's what I do now. I'm actually taking this out now, but yeah, it was kind of lucky, because I did play against 2 Evil Swarm first 2 rounds.
Yeah, there was so many at our Oceanics and our Nuts.
I don't know why.
It was ridiculous. The deck is terrible. It's like the worst deck ever.
It's the cheap version that can like steal wins.
But it's
so bad.
Shit.
It's never going to win the tournament.
Yeah, I agree.
Our top 16 was what? 7 Spellbook, 8 Dragon,
something ridiculous like that. It was like 6 Samurai.
No Evil Swarm on top. They're never going to win a tournament.
Like I'm pretty sure they topped our Nats, but our Nats were like top 64. And then once it actually got to like the relevant numbers, there was like it was
they all got knocked out
all
by
Spellbook, all dragons.
No, I know that deck's never going to win.
Like you pretty much auto lose to Prophecy because they just grind the fuck out of you. But I don't know.
You could draw 1 3 EVs. I mean, it turned out well, like because it was really helpful against the Evil Swarms I played. But at Worlds I wouldn't play this because I'm hoping there's not a lot of Evil Swarm around. It's a dumb deck. People shouldn't play it. Alright, this is standard as well. 3 rounds to Maxi. That's obvious. I mean,
so you obviously think Veiler's better than Maxi?
Well, yeah, it's mainly because it's also a tuner. And like, if it's never dead, because if it's not, you just summon it and synchro because level 9 synchros are really good. So yeah, and Maxi, if you ever have a dead card, this will be it, which slides only 2 in the main. And I mean, obviously it's not very good against Spellbook, and it's average at best against Evil Swarm. So it's really only for the Dragon Mirror Match, because that's the other thing. Every deck ever you don't care about except for those 2. Prophecy, Evil Swarm, and Dragon or the Mirror Match. Other than that, you beat every deck automatically.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about any of that. So this is mainly for the Mirror Match.
Yeah.
If you don't have these, you're not going to win the Mirror Match.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This is obvious. This card's stupid.
Should be banned. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, get it out of here. None of that. I only play 1 of these. I mean, you can play more if you want. There's not really room. I prefer cards because every card in the deck is either a dragon, a card that like it changes like the outcome of something or whatever, or a draw card. And this is one of the draw cards. I prefer a few more of the ones that actually like change how turns go and stuff like that, because that will win you the mirror match. There's kind of I'll get to them in a sec, but yeah. So I don't play 1 of these because there's just not room for more at the moment, and 1 gold cycle as well. I consider putting this to 2. it's really good for getting you the elements you don't have.
Yeah,
That's
like it can
like,
fix your element
People
hands.
are like, oh, it's for +1 and stuff, but no, it's actually just to fix which elements you need. So you just need that fire or whatever.
Across the game state, +1s become irrelevant in this deck. Anyway.
Exactly.
It's just like you say.
What is a plus?
It's just to give you access to the extra elements.
You want the extra element, exactly. And I mean, people mix opinions on this card. I will say that because I'm playing against Dragon Ball Mirror Match, and I'm looking at what they got in their grave, I know what they have in the hand, all that kind of stuff, I can tell how much damage they can deal. This card never really comes into the equation. Like you don't think about it. You're like, okay, they got this damage, this summon, okay, they can do that much damage. And they just drop this on like a blast or something, and it's like, oh wow, that's all the damage they need now.
Yeah.
So it does. It's actually quite good, and it gives you the extra summon, especially.
Like you were saying, it can be quite difficult to OTK with this deck, surprisingly. So
yeah, exactly.
It can push you over the top.
It definitely can, and yeah, it's good. No, I don't see why people don't like it that much. And well, I mean, this card shouldn't be as good as it is, but it really is. Like, it's just hilarious.
Yeah, I find the same thing. Like in the Dragon Mirror Match, people would regularly set 2 because they don't expect
absolutely.
it.
They're like, oh, heavy storm, whatever. And I leave this in the games 2 and 3 against Dragons now. Like I originally started out, I'm like, no, wait, why am I doing that?
No,
because
I agree.
Yeah, they do. They'll set like compulsory breakthrough, chalice breakthrough, or whatever.
And again, there was so many evil storms. Like it was ridiculous how many we had, and that card was insane.
Exactly.
Because no one's going to play Starlight Road. So
no, it's a terrible card right now. Horror Dark Bribe is way better than Road.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't. This is pretty funny. This is the best card ever.
Like, but yeah,
best
ridiculous.
Fucking card. There's no question about that.
It's ridiculous.
If you're not playing this, you're an idiot.
Yeah, no. 100%. 100%.
And yeah, it is. Okay. I was playing this before the Classified OTK thing was a thing, and it's actually really good. Like, especially in the mirror match, because 400 is a difference. This is really versatile. Like, the effect negation is good enough as it is, and like, damage tip, all that kind of stuff. But the fact that it's like 400 damage puts your like title over a blader and all that kind of stuff, it turns out really well.
Well, like it shuts off a blader or it pushes over a blader or.
Yeah, and it is like another Veiler.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
did you
it's good in like haikus and shit in your turn, whatever.
Well, yes, yeah.
And okay, I did the Classified.
You did?
Once. Yes, I did. I lost that match though. That was my top 16 match at Nationals.
Yeah.
I won game 1 with that, and then lost the rest of the match, which is pretty lame. But it was funny because when the look on their face when they drop max it and you ask like judge how many cards are in his deck, and
they're like, oh fuck.
So that was pretty funny. And okay, fuck, this is the other card, the Light Dark Dragon, and this card. This card comes out of nowhere, and people are like, what the hell?
Well, it's kind of like another Book of Moon as well.
It is, especially, dodging Veiler. If they're, like, stupid enough to... I mean, I've had good players have started Veilering on summon, things like Big Eye and, Drake's like a whatever.
So that you can't tribute it off.
So you can't do this, Because, you summon your Big Eye, sit there Veiler, you're like Big Eye, Veiler, like, enemy control, take 2 monsters. And they're like...
Yeah,
they lose.
yeah, exactly.
They don't know what to do about that. And the other thing is, it like education through Veiler, like even if you're not trying to dodge effects, but just like they've got their Redox in defense mode or something. Or
exactly.
They're sitting with like a big like a Gaios or something, and then you just drop this and take it, and they think they're safe behind their Veiler and their Chalice or whatever, but they're not. They don't have any monsters anymore. So it just turns games around. It actually won me the game in time against top 4 as well because the switch defense mode thing. It's another really versatile card.
Like there's some cute things you can do, like shutting off like their Spellbook of Fates and I should know their Spellbook of the Masters and stuff like that. That was pretty fun.
Oh yeah, and when he's like some reacted, attack the Jargon. He's like Fate. Tribute where I can take the Jargon. Yeah, actually Jargon. Didn't know he could manage the controller, but yeah.
What a champ.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. There was one more thing I was going to say about this. Redox or attack mode, Crimson Blader.
Yeah.
Because they'll drop Redox first.
That's the thing, and you can push over blasters and stuff. Like, if you max see them, they think they're safe behind a Redox or a blaster, and they're not with that.
So that's really cool. And this is the best decision I've ever made as well. There's a lot of good decisions, but this is one of the best. Because when I took out the basic skills for this. Because basic skills good, don't get me wrong. This card is fucking nuts. It's so good. Like... I don't even know what else to say about it. It does everything.
I had similar theory. I had a lot of people that are like, oh, but Breakthrough Skill can shut off Ophium, but like you have to burn it on your turn, get through a pandemic, and then do it. But then they're like, but they have Infestation, but like obviously you wait till they end phase set and then you flip Compulsory and you win. Like people, cards ridiculous.
No shit, and that did actually win me a lot of games against Evil Storm as well. Because if you have that set, they're not ready to have a fucking pandemic in their hand because they usually start one out. They're not going to
exactly
all that kind of stuff. Like.
And
it doesn't come up. Like,
obviously in the mirror match as well. Like
it's fucking the nuts in the mirror as well. And in that way, I think it's better. Especially in the mirror, I say it's much better than Breakthrough and other Chalice. Some people play. Okay, the guy playing top 4 played 2 Chalice, and while it's really good, if you know about it, it's pretty easy to play around. It's pretty predictable. So that's why I throw it only one, because, I mean, yeah, I was playing around these pretty, like, consistently. I didn't mind about them that much after a while. But yeah, this card is so good. And I fear that card. If I'm playing against someone and that got that set, I'm like, oh, sorry. So yeah, that's good. Alright, extra deck, okay. This is, okay, direct sack, yay.
Card's good.
And big eyes, only 2. You never need 3. People who think you need 3 big eyes.
Like you almost never use 2. Like I found a lot of the time the only big eyes I used in a game were theirs. Like
yeah, well, if you have summoned like more than 2, if you've summoned 2 big eyes, you should have won.
Yeah,
exactly. If you didn't win after summoning 2 of these, I don't know what you were doing.
Did you summon big eye like that much? Like if you were to talk about say each match, would you reckon you'd make it at least once a match? Or
there was a lot of electric viruses going around in National Oceans. So the more often I summon this, like in my turn, without them having monsters, just so they couldn't virus it. Because people didn't know about Puppet Plant at the time. So this was actually safer to see, like, I won a few games with, like, you know, there's the bounty damage in the side, which I'll get to. And instead of sitting on this in emptiness, you sit on this in emptiness.
So they can't virus you and push it. Yeah,
and exactly. And because viruses on this is pretty good. So
especially if you have an emptiness, like, pretty nuts.
Exactly. So yeah, and then one of these, because he's really cool for traveling things. And I actually won a game with him and Ancient Wyvern, because Ancient Wyvern's hilarious.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah. And
do you ever make this?
This, yeah, absolutely. If I get the chance, I usually make this. Yeah, like, you know, if you have a stream and a title.
Oh, obviously,
like,
if you can make
title,
it.
Or that kind of stuff. It's really cool. And you can make, you know, usually if you want to keep a baby in your hand, you'll keep stream. If you're searching up baby, banishing 2 adults, searching a baby and an adult, you'll leave the stream, search the other ones. You draw into the streams and make this. It's really good. This and Kaiku is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So he's pretty cool. Okay, this I played as Made of Reborn and out to Ophion, but I take that out now. I'll put that over here, because that's not in here anymore.
So you never made it?
I never made it.
Yeah. Like, I think I played Maestro for the same thing, and it just never comes up.
No, it doesn't, Alright, and obviously the best card ever. We all know, I'll move these out of the way. We all love this guy.
It's ridiculous.
He's the best.
How many games do you reckon that won you?
Like, all of them.
Yeah.
He won me very many games, and obviously the rematch revolved around him.
Well, like, people are just really bad, and they just overextend, and then fuck, played a game.
They have no idea. And this guy as well is because of this guy. This guy is also the nuts. I won a lot of games with him. Especially people are so dumb. They will leave like their big eye and they'll do some stuff and make this.
Well, you were telling me about that play, right, where he had infinite pluses on you, right?
This is on the bubble in Swiss at Oceans last round. He had won game 1, and this game is game 2, and I was like, shit, I can't have this go into time. And so, okay, he's got 1 back row. I got my hand. I can play the Revealer. I can OTK if that's not Book of Moon. So I'm like, I'm gonna do it. You know, chance of that being Book of Moon pretty low. It's like turn to it. I'm like, let's go. It was Book of Moon. So I played into his max C for like 10 or something. He had so many cards. I kept in my hand Virus, Puppet Plant, and Vela, because I had the choice. I had to use Reactor. I had the choice discarding Maxi or Puppet Plant.
Yep.
And I was like, I'm not going to catch up to his advantage. I just had to go for the Puppet Plant kind of plays, and yeah, that did end up winning me the game because he did some stuff. I checked, he couldn't OTK me, so I was alright with that. And so he did his stuff, ended on some things, and I can't really bother going through all, but basically, yeah, ended with Puppet Planting a big eye, taking a Blader. He had Scare, I summoned Electric Fire, so I went for the game, he had Scarecrow, and that was pretty gay. But then he went to take my Crimson Blader back with a big eye, and I challenged. No, he blasted my back row, and I challenged my Blader in response because I knew he was going to take it.
Yeah.
And so he did take it back and attacked over the virus. Forgot that it was crit challenged, so he thought he had me locked down.
Yep.
And then yeah, my turn just went straight back around. And he couldn't win.
So like if you like a lot of people would have kept the Max C in the hopes that they could have caught back up.
Well,
with
they
it,
would have been like, oh, he's got so many cards, he's going to have to summon a lot, so I'll catch up and get my card advantage back. It's like, no, I need to be able to turn this around without having. Yeah. So that worked out really well. And yeah, this guy is funny because people will leave this on the people with like a Blader or something.
Yep.
And so you make this. It can't be Valid. Kill it. Suicide to Blader, take the Blader. Still can't be Valid. Kill the big eye. And now you win.
Yeah.
They don't realize that. And he's also actually pretty funny to sit on against some decks that battle. You can't die. And some decks can't deal with that. That's kind of funny. But yeah, you don't really care about those decks anyway. And Red Demon's Dragon. I wanted to summon this just so I could be like, there is only one king, and that is me. But it didn't actually come up very often. This does come up in testing. It's a pretty good card. The 3k is occasionally what you need, because 200 life points is a big deal in this format. But I don't know, he's kind of cool. You have him, right? He's good. But I never actually summoned him. He's not. Whoops, that's the other one. My old one that I have now. 760 character illegal. This is once I summoned to kill an Iron Bull. That's basically what's good.
I think the only time I ever summoned Scrap Dragon was when I was playing against that Chainbone guy in top 32, top 64, just like sat behind a Scrap Dragon popping shit every turn.
Yeah, he kills Gaius as well, actually. He's a level 8 synchro that can kill Gaius, which may come up, which didn't for me, but it might. So you need him, but he's not going to come up.
And your extra deck's really not that tight anyway.
Not really.
Like you have a lot of options that you could take out if you needed to. So
it's
definitely
more toolbox. Yeah, it's just toolbox.
Yeah,
most
exactly.
Situations are covered by the others, usually. The good ones. I played this because I knew there'd be Chainbone around, and there was. I didn't play against it though. I was disappointed I didn't, because this instant wins you against
But it means you can free up room in your side that you don't have to side for.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this instant wins you the game against Chainbone. So we have this card.
Yeah, 100%.
So whatever, like, I was like, I'll do that, I'll come against Chainbone. I've lost the Chainbone before. Not with this deck, but yeah. And hilarious. People don't expect it ever. They never think you can get game, and you summon this, and they're like, wow, maybe you can get game.
Yeah.
Because it's hilarious.
Yeah, well,
I don't understand anything else about this card.
It's cool.
And it did win me games, like a few of them. But yeah, this I'm taking out for Bure, because you never use this effect.
No.
Like, ever. You don't need to. This deck does not need to wipe the field like that. So, yeah.
Like you were saying before, you don't ever make that to overlay with it as another level 7.
Exactly.
So.
That's why it's going to be replaced. I'll get to that with Bure. But yeah, that's that. And it, tokens, Destiny, Twisted Fate. And, this is all I can say. I don't know how I got through without this. This is a really, really good card.
Card's awesome.
I didn't have access to it on the weekend, so...
Again, against my Chainbone opponent, that was the reason I won, because he had, I knew that he had magic cylinders, so I went into that and then just win the game,
This is the reason I lost my top 16 game at Nats, because he summoned it in time.
Yeah, and got his life points,
yeah, he gets life points, and that's game. And also gets through compulsory, which is really gay.
Yeah.
And this guy, because he's just like Black Rose, but he has an effect.
Like a relevant effect.
Like an effect that you can use before you overlay with him. So that's that. And the side deck. This most important thing in the format right now is the side deck. And this card, people have mixed opinions on this card. I think it's necessary. I hate it, but it's necessary.
Well, like, I think a lot of the people that are saying that it's bad just play it wrong. Like, they don't use it in the right time.
Yeah, when they be like, your secret's going to draw Lockbird.
Yeah, exactly.
Or people who side it in against dragons. It's a terrible card against dragons.
Yeah.
Never, like, people are so, no, it's fucking bad. Prophecy's the only deck he plays against. And FTKs, but they're not around. So, yeah, you kind of need it, especially because it turns them going, like, if they go first, they're going to win. So you need to not let them have that advantage. So like, this stops their first being the win.
And like as you said before, the only decks you really care about are the mirror match and prophecy. So you don't really need to side for anything else. That
being said, yeah, exactly. This is the only card in my side deck that only comes in for one matchup.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything else I got for multiple matchups. This is the only one that stays for one only. That's prophecy. But you need it because prophecy's fucking gay.
Yeah,
I fucking hate them. And yeah, electric ball. I actually didn't drop a game against prophecy, by the way. I won all my matches against prophecy over the weekend. But yeah, okay. I had 3. I dropped 2. The third one for the pup plant because this is really good in the mirror match. Obviously, it's okay. This is also one of my evil storm outs, which I'll get to. But these people do play around it. Well, good players play around it. The ones that you actually might lose to. So you don't need 3. They can be dead, especially when they're sitting on like a 4 ruler or a big eye or some shit. So it's really good to have, but you don't need 3. This is what you do want because, like prophecy, obviously, and you take their Kaiku, they can't fade all of a sudden. Take a Jargon tribute or whatever you do with it, and also against dragons is really good.
Well, like you're saying, that's huge. Like taking that Kaiku and shutting off their face, huge.
It's so good. I love this card. This card won me every game that I drew it.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. So that's all. It takes Warriors, so I take Crimson Blader and Big Colossal Fighter, so that's excellent. And then obviously, Kaiku, monster of the format. Best card ever.
So my outer Kaiku is Kaiku.
Yep, that's exactly right. Summon in Prophecy, they're like...
Yeah, shutting off that... like, Fate is realistically their only real defense.
I would consider playing 2, but I pretty much don't play more than one of any monster that isn't a dragon, a hand trap, or a dragon or a hand trap. Yeah. I only play one of any other monster because there's no room, but it's really good though. This is, if any card's going to more inside, they're going to be this. And the other Max Seekers just put in the dragons.
Yeah, exactly. You need it.
Stops their turn. It's really, really good. Always play 3.
Card's ridiculous.
I need to talk about that. And then, these, you just have to have them in your side deck because people will decide all their shit. They'll be like Imperial Alarm Wall, Deck Lockdown.
There's a lot of shit.
Soul Drain, Rivalry, random crap. So you do need this in the side deck. And it's actually really good against Prophecy. For a few reasons. I usually side out Heavy Storm and into these, because Heavy Storm's pretty shit against Prophecy. It's alright, but if they just get the specials off of Tower and the searches off of Starhole, whatever the fuck they're doing. But this just making them miss the time, so it's alright. And you do actually need to use normally side this in every single game 2 and 3.
Yeah.
almost. Probably not against Dragons, but most others. And yeah, necessary for Prophecy, obviously.
Did you get to pull it off a lot?
Yes. In Swiss, actually, and once in Top. But yeah, in the Swiss games, it's won me quite a few games as Prophecy.
Were there ever any games where you resolved that and then didn't win that game?
Never. There was a guy who didn't get hurt by very much. He still had like a Warning, a Judgment, a Magician, a Jowg, and some stuff. But if you know what they had, because the best thing about this card, I mean, it kills all their spells, but the best thing is you know everything else they have as well. So if you play it properly, you can just play around everything they have.
Yeah.
As long as you keep in mind what they have, which is really good. And okay, that's the other thing. Yeah, Evil Swarm. My out to Evil Swarm so often, so many games. Electrifying this. That's how you do it. People have Terminus, Constellation Terminus, which does make sense, and there's no room for that, like one card for just the Evil Swarm matchup. But yeah, this covers it, because the only thing they can stop it with is Dark Illusion or a preemptive safe zone off Forbidden Dress, which they never do. Some people might preemptive safe zone, but then that keeps you safe from it, because they can't attack it directly. But that one, they're sitting with their ball, they're like, I'm set, I got Ophion, I got my fucking trap set, like Firewall and everything. Drop that, they're like, oh, now it is. It's instant win. And one of this, which is just comes in when you're going first against Dragons, pretty much. There's almost no other time beside it. It is okay against other decks, but they will probably keep some on trap destruction. I don't know, it's a bit weird, but it's just really good turn one against Dragons.
Oh, yeah, resolving that and having a big monster in the first game.
With that, obviously, because it's almost like Lad, like first turn you play.
But again, like Lad, it's not like dead. Even like drawing it turn 3 and setting it, like it's good across the game.
The fact that it's chainable at the moment, the way the game is right now, it's so chainable. Like before, back in the day, it wasn't really that.
Well, they pitch 2 dragons and you flip that, and all of a sudden they're negs. So
exactly right, and they can't do much. So that's excellent, and that's my side deck, and that's my whole deck.
So yeah, is there any sort of experiences or final words on the deck you want to share?
Just practice the mirror match really, really well and learn how to win. And first turn lad OP.
First turn lad in finals OP. Yeah. First turn only lad in finals.
Because the match went for 5 minutes, because that was first turn. That won me game 1. And then game 2, I had drawn lockboard for his first turn. Super drew for 4 with like a tribute set or something into another draw lockboard for his second turn.
It's important to note that Chris Mattiske here is a dealer at a casino, so this luck isn't actually that surprising.
I'm actually stacking my deck.
Yeah, it doesn't. I watched him. I don't even know how much money you took off Nick that night. He was up money, and then like 321s later he's down money.
Yeah. Cards is my thing apparently.
Yeah. All right. Well, cheers and good luck at Worlds.
Thank you.